Hello, this is Feltbuzz. I'm reading for you a piece called Bushwacked that is based on Marianne West's freewrite prompt from day 459. And the prompt is, in fact, Bushwacked. I didn't see him. I should have known he'd be there, waiting for me to pass in the woods. He threatened me, of course. I should have been expecting it. "I'm going to bushwhack you, you little bastard," he hissed into my face, a smile on his. To the passing teacher it might have looked like two friends sharing a little joke. I didn't know what bushwhacked meant for sure, but I could guess, and as the gentle stream of urine ran down my leg I knew I was going to take a beating. I didn't come into school for 3 days afterwards. It was easy enough to convince my mother I was ill. She liked the company. So any little cough or a threat of a headache and she would readily agree I could stay at home and sit on the sofa drinking hot soup while she drank wine, watching daytime television wrapped in a blanket together. But my father was a different beast. "Get to school, boy," he said, standing over me, whilst I first pretended to be asleep, and then, thick with cold, grabbing hold of my head, a pained expression on my face. "You ain't going to learn nothing sitting around here watching soaps all day. Except maybe how to act badly." My mother watched sullenly from the corner of the kitchen. She said nothing, despite the pleading looks I sent her. She was not a morning person at the best of times, but I guessed father had had a word. Father took me to school and watched me from the car, black smoke pouring from the back end of his old Ford as I climbed the steps. I looked back as I pushed the door and walked in. He nodded and drove off, blanketing a bunch of coughing first-formers in a dirty cloud. He didn't look at me all day. Perhaps he's forgotten, I thought, not really believing it. At break times I avoided the playground, choosing instead to sit in the library, reading the adventures of Tintin. When the bells announced the end of the day, I saw him leave, backpack slung over one shoulder, shirt untucked, trousers barely covering his arse. He was alone. His friends, fellow bullies, were probably being held in detention, or maybe they'd fallen out again. I waited for a while, 10 minutes, maybe 15, and then headed off home. The safest way was to walk along the road, and this was the route I would normally choose. But I was late, and my mother would worry, and worry often would lead to cross words. Or worse. So I took the shortcut through the woods. It was a bright sunny day, and the light danced through the trees, making shifting patterns on the leaf-covered floor. I watched them as I walked and didn't see the movement until it was too late, and I felt him crash into me, sending me to the floor with a bump that ripped the breath from my body and a hole in my trousers. He was on top of me, and I saw hate in his eyes as his fist smacked into my face. He didn't say anything as he beat me, and I matched him. After a while, he stopped, stood up, and walked off. I lay on my back, watching the sunlight flicker through the blood and tear-blurred eyes. Hope you enjoyed that. Not very uplifting, but there you go. Sorry about that. And I'll catch you again soon. Bye.